Here's the thing, I definitely need to upgrade my Dell XPS 9570, and I feel like it would be a fun process to share with the people, right?
Or are we just gonna remake that video?
No, of course not. Hey guys, what's up? Today we're upgrading my Dell 9570 with some upgraded storage, memory, and Wi-Fi card. And this video is brought to you by Fossil's High Tech.
What the heck, dude? Sorry for that crappy intro, guys. Today we are going to be upgrading my Dell XPS 9570. Doing a lot more video editing requires a lot faster storage. And from what these videos are telling me is that it's not the fastest SSD I could do. So we went with the 970 EVO Plus. This is 500 gigs versus the 256 that I have now. It's a lot faster read and write speed, so that should help with moving files from my hard disk to this while I'm editing. Next thing is RAM. You're going to need a lot more RAM when you're doing a lot of video editing, processes when you're doing that. So we went with Crucial's 32 gig kit. It's 2666. I think both of these videos have used it. And then I initially went with a older card from the first video, but I updated it to the wireless AC9260. So this is the one that's newer, and it was actually a little bit cheaper. So this is the one we went with. Now, since this is my first time, I also bought a toolkit. So this is the first thing I've actually used. I'll put a link for which one it is, but this is only $8. So it comes with 16 different heads for different PCs. So you've got like your T6s, you've got normal flat heads, a couple of Phillips, and then a couple like pry tools, and then a screwdriver. Last thing as well is you're going to need a Windows installer key. So I just used a SD card because that's what I had lying around. I think it said you have to have at least 8 gigabytes. That's if I'm remembering that correctly. But this is what we will put to reinstall Windows 10 after we've switched out the storage. And another thing is that the key, you don't need a new key because it's stored on the motherboard, if I'm correct on that. So with that all said, we can get straight right into this, and see you right there. With these two screws, we have to worry about them being stripped, so be careful when taking these out because they're like spongy or something like that. So yeah, here goes. That's it. Super simple, only took about 20 minutes. One thing that I really noticed was that these two screws are super duper easy to strip, so definitely be careful with that. Another thing to note, if you saw that I was struggling with the Wi-Fi card, they're actually switched as well. The white is on the right side for me and black's on the left, when the new card is the opposite, so it's black on the right and white on the left. And then lastly, the speed of the NVMe. The M.2 Main reason why I did this was because I know Samsung's a lot better with like cooling, keeping it, you know, these are really hot, a lot, especially with more space. And then if I'm doing a little bit of gaming, as well as editing, having a bigger and faster SSD is always more important. So, as anyone who actually builds computers for a living knows, putting it together is not the hard part, it's making sure it works. Let me get back to you on that as soon as I put it back up. One more note I forgot to say was, if you notice, I didn't disconnect the battery, which is a big no-no. Always make sure you disconnect the battery to make sure it doesn't damage any of the new parts or the old parts as you're taking it out. Alright, so it's all done. I made sure to put the Windows installer USB in, so we're going to do that. But yeah, this is the first boot up with all the new parts. Okay, turns on, good thing. Alright, so we got a screen's still working. It's saying amount of memory has changed. Now this is the system scan I was talking about, so this is just testing everything, making sure it actually will work. Looks like that's all good. I'm gonna shut down. Now that it's fully shut down, we're gonna redo it, and it should come up with this to bring up Windows 10. Alright, so I decided to grab one of these SD card readers. I think it'd be better if it goes in the USB. Maybe it'll find the actual boot up drive this time. For some reason that's the error message I'm getting, so we'll try it again, see how this works. For some reason my SD card was not reading in the actual motherboard, so I'm wondering if there's a problem there or if it's just because it wasn't in a USB. So maybe just stick with the USB if you're doing a Windows 10 install. Alright, and this is the first boot up with all the updates required. It's a complete install of Windows 10, and we're going to see if it recognizes all of the new upgrades. Alright, now we're going to check to see if everything works by going into Task Manager. We've got 32 gigs of RAM, recognizing the SSD, 466 after format, so that's not bad. And then the Wi-Fi is looking pretty fast. Super simple. All this took about 35-45 minutes, mostly just because of updates. So if you have a little bit of time, totally do it. It's a lot better. Everyone knows that if you do your own custom parts, you have a little bit better warranty, you got better specs, and you don't have to worry about crappy parts with no warranty just break on. So other than that, it's all good. If you also want to see anything else, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
It's not about personality matrices and charts. It's all about the bumps in your heart.